We don't like it. We don't want to hear it. But there's none of you gonna dare stand up and argue with me on this point. You can't do it. You can't do it. It's impossible. You have no evidence. You have no proof. Nothing has been given to you. No more, no Hebrew, nobody from Kemet taught you nothing. It's all fabricated what I think the Egyptians are, and you are copycat. You are wannabe. I'm a more wannabe. I'm a Hebrew wannabe. I can guarantee you these people never acted nothing like what we represent. Nothing. And again, if they existed, I can guarantee you they would not claim you. Who wants to claim the slave? In religious teaching, there is only one. Man. Woo! There is only one that claimed the slave. And that is your Father. That is God. And this ministry, I don't represent God. But there is also a power and a force in us that makes you want to live. And you cannot be living when you're living a lie. Those things are lies. I am proud to be a descendant of slaves. I am proud that my people, I come from a people so strong, able to survive over 400 years of slavery. But yet look where we stand. And we can be greater. And the powers that be and all these other dark people on the planet, they know that how great you really are. We trying to be them when they're trying to be like us. But since we don't understand and know the knowledge of self and have no real pride in self, we want to be somebody else. We want to be an Arab. I'm a Muslim. I'm a Moor. I'm of Kemet and all this other stuff. Be who you are. We are brand new people on this planet. And others die in biology. The reason for death is so that the next life that comes out of that life is better. We are the best. And they follow you and you don't even see it. They admire us and you don't see how much they admire and copy. We are a just people. We are a loving people. We are the righteous and we are innocent. Unless it was directed by the slave master and his children, we have spilled nobody's blood on this planet. And we show that we can love everybody. We embrace the Arab. We embrace the Chinese. We embrace the Japanese. We embrace the African. We embrace everybody in our community. They never have no problem coming into the black community because we do have love. But the negative thing that we do have is self-hatred. We lack the knowledge, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, the knowledge of self. We need to stop stealing and fabricating and telling our people these lies. You do yourself a disservice and you're doing our people a disservice because they are confused. They don't know what, are you an Egyptian? Are we are Hebrew? Or what? You're none of those things. One thing for sure, we are the descendants of slaves born in America. At this time, we have no identity because we're not searching for the real knowledge of self. Those things are called the knowledge of self. That's not who you are. That's why we as a people can't move forward. Because in our hearts, as a people, we know that's not who we are. We ain't never built no pyramids. We have done great things. We need to study American black history because there are many things that we should be proud of. The Egyptians don't exist no more. The Hebrews don't exist no more. All these people that y'all trying to be, they don't exist no more. They're dead. They're gone. I don't care what they did past. I don't care what they did. They're not going to do it no more. It's over. It is time for you and I to live. Just because somebody is black, dark skinned, you want to claim them. If that's the case, using Michael Jackson as a simple example, Michael Jackson is black. Where is your share of his estate? You're not getting nothing. Matter of fact, there are black people who are real, actual relatives of Michael Jackson. They're not going to get one dime from Michael Jackson's estate. Nothing. It's not going to happen. But here we are, we're claiming Egypt, we're claiming to be Moors and all these ancient people. You're not going to get nothing. So why hold on to that? Because you still suffer pride. You still suffer from low self-esteem. You have no pride. You have no identity. You do not know the knowledge of self. You want to brag about what other people did, but you don't want to brag about and be proud of just who you are. When I was a young person and I bought my first car, it was $100. It was a rust bucket, but it was mine. I was proud of it. I saw other people at the bus stop. They laugh. Look at that old rusty car. I'm driving a rusty car that cost me $100, but you at the bus stop. I'm proud. I worked for that to get that car. I don't need to. My mother didn't help me. My father didn't help me. The next door neighbor didn't help me. I done it. Be proud of who you are, what we are. You want to be a king and a queen. I'm sick of black people calling themselves kings and queens. Everybody can't be a king and a queen. And a king and a queen is a leader. Who you leading? Where your followers? Who you ruling? Stop this nonsense. There are Caucasian pink people. They have their royalty. You never hear them running around talking about, I'm a king and I'm a queen. Because that's foolishness. Everybody can't be a king and a queen. It's stupid. That's my queen. You know, it's good if you want to call your wife a king and a queen, a queen. Let's not get that. Some of these sisters have got a little hard on us, They sort of look on the man's side, but if you want to call your wife, girlfriend, a queen, and your daughter a princess, that's all well and good. But running around here, y'all, we getting carried away with this king and queen fantasy stuff. Delusions. You're insane. Even if we come from them people, we are not them. They built the pyramids. You didn't have nothing to do with it. Build your own legacy. We have built a legacy, but we don't know it because you don't know the knowledge of self. You're trying to know Egyptian history, what they did, what the Moors did, what the Hebrews did in the Bible and all this other, but you don't know American history. You have brothers and sisters that are alive right now that have done great things, have sacrificed. And we don't know nothing about them because we looking to Kemet and we looking to the Bible and what the Hebrews did and all like this. You want greatness. You want fame. You want all these different things. You want somebody to look up to you, and you ain't did nothing except be a good slave, a good Negro. That's all we ever been. So that's why you got to point to Egypt. You got to point to the Moors. You got to point to the Israelites. You got to be an Arab. Look what the Arabs done. You a fake Muslim. You are a fake Muslim. You ain't no Muslim. Muslim. That's not who you are. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Master Farad Muhammad, gave the black man and woman in America, gave you Islam to give you some kind of identity. But that don't mean that you're going to stay there, because as you mature, the brain evolves. That don't mean you're going to stay there. Elijah Muhammad said, always told his followers, there are things I want to tell you, but you're not ready for. You don't give a baby meat. You give a baby milk. And you give them foods that they can digest, because they're not ready for solid foods. Remember back in the 60s, brothers and sisters, one of our words was, man, that's solid. That's solid. When something is solid, you can stand on it. You can't stand on these things. We must learn how to grow up and mature. I know you don't like what I'm talking about, but if you really sit back and think about what I'm telling us, then you understand that the time for fairy tales is over. The Bible tells you, it tells you, when I was a child, I spake like a child. But when I become an adult, when I become a grown, I must let childish things go. It is time now that we let childish things go. And that's what we practice and what we believe in now. Is very childish. Let us move on so we can become the great people, and we don't have to fabricate nothing. We can actually, in reality, become the great people that we believe. Then you can say that you know that's who we are. Thank you for listening. This is your brother Taaliq Ibn'rad. Jot down your comments. This was and is the Realist Temple on Earth.